Going to be watching one of the channels. Anyway, it's good for us, Monique.
Well, people have to speak out for the rights of children
And
and the rights of us. We do our job because we love the children. We're not uneducated. We're not bottom of the barrel, and that's why this is what we choose. We choose it because we love the kids.
Yeah.
Michael's been working, or Michelle's been working with kids for years. I used to have an in-home daycare. I made customized cookies for kids. I stood up for kids in the school that were getting bullied, that parents weren't understanding. And this is what's going to happen. They want to bully us into doing their bid for us to keep our job. You know, they won't let us. They told me, they're like, I said, you don't understand the maritime way. And one of them's like, oh, well, I'm from Newfoundland. I said, okay. She goes, but the contract's for all of Canada. Well, you can't have the same contract for the Maritimes as you can for Edmonton, Alberta, or Toronto. It's a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah, when you look at what you did at the end of last year with the costumes and everything, you have the dinosaur costume, you're not allowed to do that anymore?
For my own safety.
For your safety?
Yes, even using an umbrella, because
So-
I can use the umbrella while I stand at the corner now, but I can't use it to cross the street because it could hinder my sight with the cars.
Yeah.
Same with the uniform.
So maybe in Ontario, and but this company is from Ontario?
It's from Toronto,
Toronto?
is the head office, yes.
And
I know a lot of people are asking me what the name of the company is.
yeah.
I'm not going to say
No,
it.
we don't need to know the name. What we
but-
need to know is what's happening, right? So last year, what company? Like, we don't need to know. It was a company that ran over Atlantic, or
We last year we worked for Walkers. Walkers has had the contract for years and years. The city, people from what I understood, wanted to know if it was a cheaper way of doing crossing guards. So there were 2 local companies that bid and 2 companies from Ontario. And from what I understand from the city is as long as their guidelines and the lowest bid is fine, that's what they took.
okay? So did they go over all those guidelines in the contract?
I don't know what it is between the city and the company, what the city requests from them. All I know is I realize the city wants to save money. I mean, we're all out to save money.
Absolutely, well, that's
And I
money.
know that one of the councillors, the councillor from Moncton North, when they were voting on it, he wanted to make sure that the company approached the previous crossing guards. Because a lot of us are semi-retired or retired. Some of us do it just to get out of the house. Some of us do it because we need the extra income boost. He wanted to make sure that went on, and that was fine. They're like, yes. They told me yesterday that 3 days of the last 3 days of school that they went around to all the crossing guards and handed out a flyer. Did you get a flyer, Michelle?
No.
No, I didn't get a flyer. I asked a few of
On
the other
the-
crossing
obviously
guards.
didn't.
They, and they said, oh, we went to 6 places and there was absolutely no crossing guard. Well, they couldn't have given a flyer out to everybody. Michelle didn't get one. I didn't get one. My other my other co-crossing guard that works on Shannon, she never got one. And what it was a flyer to recruit us. It had a little box, I don't know what you call those, the QR codes,
Yeah.
to apply for the job. I called because I wanted to know, okay, what are you offering us?
Yeah.
You're the new company, you got the lowest bid.
Yeah.
They kept telling me that we're not sure. And
Oh.
I said, what's your pay rate going to be?
want us
I've
to
heard
go
through the
there?
grapevine, you're only going to be paying us minimum wage. Oh, well, we're not sure. Okay, in my mind, as a previous business owner,
Yeah.
you have just put a bid of $2.3 million on a contract. You know how many crossing guards you're going to have. You know how many hours we work. There's no way you don't know what your base pay is going to be. That's not how you make a contract. You
Yeah.
have to know what your bottom
Yeah, it's
line
part of
is
the
going to
bids,
be.
yeah.
I mean, you got to know what
Yeah.
you're going to be paying for overhead. But let's get real. They knew they only wanted minimum wage.
Yeah.
And when they told me minimum wage, when I was speaking to one, I told her, I said, totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
So then they came up to $16 an hour. But that's still $1 plus more than what we were making before. We only work 15 hours a week. There's a few that work the lunch hour, so they get a few more hours than we do.
Yeah.
We do not get paid for PD days. I asked them about PD days because some of the new schools now have 2 extra PD days a month.
Yeah.
And the response was, what's a PD day? And I'm like, pardon me? They're like, well, what's a PD day? I said, it's a personal development day. I said, we're the, I
Yeah.
said, but some schools, the crossing guards will be working those 2 days.
Right.
Some schools, the crossing guards won't be. If you're not paying them, they're going to have to know you have such and such school, let's say Northrop Fry, 2 days a month, you're not going to get paid because you're not working. Some might be okay with that, but some of us might
So
not
I
be.
hate to interrupt. If
Yeah,
you'd like
you
to
can
do a
go,
TV
yeah.
story, I can take you over here. I'd like to just get the.
Are you okay if I film or should I stop?
I mean, if you.
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
If you want to, you can. But just I'm gonna ask her. There's some stuff that might not make it to the TV. There's some stuff that might not make it to the TV.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I wouldn't care if Janet on my way. The end of this year being Mrs. Happy. Mrs.
We're gonna do a bit of an interview.
It's making me sad that I can't be Mrs. Smalls.
Right. So I called you.
They did.
What did they say?
Well, it was wanted to have a couple. They could discuss what things I had spoken about in my post on Facebook.
Do you need me here?
Are you a parent?
No, he's a
I'm
fellow
a
crossing
crossing
guard.
guard as well.
Okay, I think I would like to get a Coke with you if that's all right.
Do you want to do Michelle first? Because he wants to go see our old boss.
Okay. I can speak to Michelle first.
Okay.
Okay, you go first, Michelle.
I'm just gonna readjust the camera. Have you ever done a TV interview?
Did one a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
He's an expert now, yeah.
He did very well.
So basically, I'm going to be asking some questions behind the camera. I'll ask you to meet out the camera. And if you correct yourself for anything live, well, I'm not live. So I ask you to just step a little bit this way. Thank you, sir. 1 second. And what's your last name?
Nothing now.
Michel Michel. Parfait.
Je parle français pour ça.
Oui, on peut, pas dans l'entrevue. Parce que je travaille pour Google News, mais on peut parler en français à l'extérieur. Oui, ça me surprend.
Like I know
Alright.
all the
So
kids
I
that
am
live
filming
in
now.
all the houses.
You're gonna be here.
Oh, look, it's Gogo. Hi, Gogo. Now, Gogo's the dog's name.
Go. She
That's
knows
Gogo.
everyone.
Yes, her parents are Asian. And I thought Gogo was such a cute name for her.
Yeah.
And the father looked at me, or the owner. He goes, my wife and I were very lazy when we named her. And I said, pardon me? He says, her name is Gogo. I said, yes. He said, Gogo in Chinese means dog. So the dog's name is Dog.
I live alone, so I don't mind, or I did not mind at the time, still doing this crosswalk.
And can you tell me about the changes that are happening?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we lost our old contract, our old boss, people that we used to work for, the company we used to work for, over a new contract with a new company from Ontario has taken us over, and a lot of the rules have changed with these people, and myself and quite a few others, cross guards, I do not agree with the new ruling and the new imposed on us.
You said you had a problem with the GPS tracking and the data on your phone.
Yes, there are several new rulings being imposed to us with this new company here from Ontario, and mainly when one of the most important change is going to be a severe loss in pay. We're getting a severe demotion in pay. Plus, they're forcing us to get data on her cell phone. Personally, I don't have data on my cell phone. I want data.
They want him to have a GPS tracker, but he doesn't have data on his phone.
So there's no way I want to have to
He can't meet the conditions.
Did they offer to pay for it?
No, absolutely not. And another reason is that we have to pay for our equipment to work with, which includes the vest and the stop paddle. That's going to be taken off our pay gradually. I don't think the last company we worked for, we didn't have to furnish a vest, safety vest.
And do you know how much that would cost?
Yeah, they're charging us $150 for the vest and the paddle.
And may I ask how old you are?
I'm 80 years old.
So you're on a pension.
At any time. We're only talking about 3 hours a day of work, 1 hour in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon. Cold days in January and February, they don't want us to be sitting in our car. So that's one severe no-no that I don't no-no that I don't agree.
And what would it mean for you if you had to stop doing this?
I'll just stay home, I guess, and try to, I don't know, I'll probably be looking for something else, although this is, at my age, it's going to be hard to find another job like this one here.
Would you miss the kids?
Yeah, absolutely, I miss the kids. I miss the job itself, because I didn't mind doing that. Getting up in the morning and a couple hours in the afternoon, that was great for me, something to do. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add on this topic that I didn't ask you about?
No, not really. That's pretty well covered it all. Maybe some of my friends that you will be interviewing down the line that will have something else to add. But, well, I think I've touched the most important topics that I was interested in.
Thank you very much, Michelle. I'm just going to ask you to stand still. I'm just going to get, it's a little shot of us chatting. So it's just for visual effect. So you guys are getting a little behind the scenes look. It's kind of goofy, but it makes me look like I have another camera. Exactly. Just 1 second here. All right, so just look at me, not at the camera. And how did you start becoming a crossing guard?
Well, when I retired, I moved to Moncton because my children live here, and where I was taking to walk one day. I was living on Mountain Road at the time, and I came across a crossing guard that was working in one of the corners of at the time I was working in Vancouver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went out west.
much. I'm going to speak to Nikki. Okay.
Puis tu peux t'appeler toi ou moi, mais il y a juste des petits enfants de mer pour la journée, là. So peut-être, toi, tu peux prendre tout le monde ensemble.
Oui.
Si tu m'aimes pas.
Si on pourrait se réunir quelque part.
Parce que avec les 4 petits enfants demain, il n'y a pas de... J'ai pas de temps pour vraiment beaucoup la fin de semaine.
Ouais. Ouais, ok. Ben aujourd'hui, c'est la dernière journée, c'est vendredi aujourd'hui, oui?
Oui, c'est vendredi, mais j'ai sûr qu'il y a des personnes qui vont t'appeler le samedi, dimanche.
Oui, ok.
C'est pas comme...
C'est avec lundi, on pourrait citer ça, on va.
Oui, lundi, on peut mettre ensemble. Aussi, je peux appeler Sylvie parce que Sylvie vient la semaine prochaine du... elle m'a envoyé un message.
On
mais
a,
j'ai pas de chance.
oui, on a ça vient de Denver.
Je pense parce que c'est genre...
Ok, maintenant, ça va avoir des moyens qui a des points qui montent.
Oui, tu me donnes comme 4 avec mon si je pense qu'il veut, puis qui tombent aller ensemble. Ouais, moi je sais pas. Ok, chef. Ouais, j'ai vu que Brian a dit sur mon post, parce que toi tu peux pas voir mon post sur Moncton North, que la ville va voir si quelque chose arrive avec une nouvelle compagnie, s'il y a quelque chose qui ne marche pas, puis après ça, si c'est ça qui est l'endurance, il peut annuler le contrat.
Avec Célulie, puis refaire.
Mais j'ai su sur la période B.
Ok, tu as mentionné tout à l'heure que Célulie avec combien d'argent sur la Bible qui ont. Comment c'est?
C'est des 2,3 000 pour 5 ans.
2,3 millions.
Oh,
2,3 millions pour 5 ans.
Pour 5 ans, oui. Parce que c'est le contrat, c'est pour 5 ans. So,
Ok, then we'll talk to.
all right, Michael.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you.
All right, be careful, Michael.
Okay, let's go to the.
Oh, I might get home before supper. Bobby can have Vito's lasagna.
Oh,
Oh, it's his favorite. If
That's
I say
so good.
takeout, he always goes, and then if
That's
I say
so good.
takeout, he always goes, and then as soon as I eat, he goes, okay.
oh, you made me hungry just saying Vito's.
Yeah,
I love Vito's pizza.
I like it with extra sauce.
There was
I'm a vex sauce.
There was a meme on Facebook said, who would you call if you would call somewhere and 100% sure this person might not answer? No. Vito's their own answer.
The big no more
Yeah.
Chinese.
I like Vito's. I like Chinese.
I love Chinese.
We're all gonna go eat at Vito's after.
I miss going to Calais because they have a Chinese place there called King China, and they have sweet and in Maine,
Where? Oh, yeah.
sweet and sour crab ragoon wontons. And the guy makes his own sweet and sour sauce. Every time I go, I bring home containers. I was like to the point I was putting it in chips. It is so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not crossing the border until the crazy person is gone.
Do you have a dual citizenship?
I just have a passport with a lot of states. Well, I have a lot of friends too. We go down there, pick stuff up, make the weekend in Bangor.
Yeah.
We all have grandkids, find different things, bring home different foods. As I mentioned, I have a granddaughter who's autistic.
Okay.
The only spaghetti sauce she'll eat is ragu, and ragu is no longer available in Canada.
Oh, that's horrible.
Unless you want a special order it,
My
which
God.
is like, 8 times the price.
Oh, wow.
So Nana used to bring home, lots of bottles.
Right.
But Nana does not want to cross the border because apparently they will look sometimes at your,
We're here with Nikki, the cross guard in
your
Moncton with
Facebook
Global
page,
News. We're
and
gonna have an interview.
I don't say very flattering things about the commander-in-chief.
I'll just be right back. I just have to get something
Okay.
from my car.
And I don't want to go to El Salvador, although it sounds
no.
nice and hot. I'm sorry. The breeze is so nice.
It's such a beautiful day.
It's a good walking day.
Yeah.
I mean, this was sold our house 4 years ago. Now my father's house is for sale, which is across the street from mine. And my sister, who lives 2 houses down, hers will be going for sale soon. So there was 5 of us. My aunt and uncle, my father, my cousin, my sister, our neighbors, which were amazing, and then us.
You know, we bought a house here in the North End 5 years ago.
And you must see
Just to come to this school.
Oh, did you?
That's the only reason we buy a house in this area, is to go at this evergreen
this
school.
was built,
And
we
we're
lived
the
on
best
Ryan.
decision we made. This is the best school in Moncton.
Well, our kids went to Magnetic Hill. And when my son graduated from Magnetic Hill in grade 8, there were 17 children in his class. I can't say nothing bad about Magnetic Hill. They were small classes back then. We did come to this school for a couple of years. They allowed us to come, but then they realized it was overcrowded. They wanted to send our kids to Queen Elizabeth, and I said, over my dead body, you took them out of Magnetic Hill, you're going to put them back at Magnetic Hill. They don't like seeing me at the school board. So we had a petition, and we won, and
Good.
our kids got to go back to Magnetic Hill, because taking the influx of kids out of Magnetic Hill made a lot of the grades double up.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't enough. We went back, and then there was enough. So
There you go.
my kids loved it at Magnetic Hill. We loved it here too, but you know, we're country people. We were getting
Yeah.
our milk from the corner barn
That's
on
the
Ryan.
that's the part that I miss from here. Is I would like to be outside the city to do more farming and vegetable growing and things
I've
like
got
that.
a little vegetable garden going.
Yeah,
we moved into the city,
Yeah.
and I've got a little
Yeah,
garden going.
We have it too, but it's just not the same thing.
Now this gentleman here, at number 46, he would come and get his mail when I was crossing. He grows honeydew and cantaloupe.
Really?
That's what I said.
Rare that you hear that. Yeah.
And apparently his son's girlfriend just goes on and on about how good it is and sweet and growing it. So, yeah, I was hoping to see him and see if I could get a bit of a bite of one of his cantaloupes, but I don't know.
Is that the one that has go-go?
No, Go-Go's next door. Go-Go belongs to Jay and his wife.
Jay.
Yep, and then on the corner here is a nice Asian family. Their 2 children,
Yeah.
Tiki and Maddie. They're
My wife is
sweethearts.
Chinese. Yeah.
Is she? And then next to them is, his name is Obi something. So I call him Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yep, I call him my little Obi-Wan Kenobi. I miss them because I know most of the kids.
Yeah.
And when I first started, a lot of them weren't walking. And then they started to walk. And I'm going to miss that.
Can
Yeah.
I ask you to step a little bit this way and a little bit closer, because I'm going to be holding the mic. Thank you. You're a good scoocher. Good scientific term.
She's
scooch.
done this before, I think.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm liking all the fame. If the fortune came with it, that'd be a different story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wish.
Yeah.
All right. So may I ask you to say and spell your first and last name?
My name is Monique, M-O-N-I-Q-U-E. Last name is Loving, L-A-V-I-G-N-E. A lot of people know me as Nikki or Nana Nickies.
Aw. How long have you been a cross guard here?
I've been at this particular location. I was placed here in April because they did not have a crossing guard at this particular location, which is Evergreen and Sheffield. They've always had a crossing guard in towards what they call the back or the side of the school on Shannon Drive. Cindy's been there for a long time. They finally got permission, or they approached the city, and the city agreed to put one here, which really with the 4-way stop and what I had seen during the 3 months and how there wasn't one here the whole entire time is beyond me. Before that, they would put me at different locations. I had taken some personal time off for personal reasons, but you know, Walker's is great to work, was great to work for. They worked well with their employees. If they had personal issues, they were more than happy to deal with it. I have a granddaughter who's autistic. The mom's a single mom. She has no help from the father or his family. So if my granddaughter's sick, mom can't take too much time off because she doesn't want to go on assistance. So I would call and say I need the day off. Zuri is sick. They had no problem having somebody else cover my shift, or one of the owners would come out and cover it.
I love it. And how long have you been a crossing guard? And tell me about, like, I know that you make it special. You take it to a level. Can you tell me about that?
I love kids. I've always loved kids. Anybody that's grown up in the North Bend. We moved out on Ryan since 1969, so there's a whole bunch of even children or your age that came to my in-home daycare. I was to the point I had the second generation, so I had the children's children, as you would say. Kids need kids at school, kids that get bullied, kids with special needs. So I'm in semi-retirement now. I wanted something that I could do that could make me happy, and I get to see the kids in the morning. Normally people can hear me coming because I have the radio full blast and it gets my mood going. It worked perfectly well for me. The pay wasn't bad. There were little bonuses with working, like we're supposed to be here for 1:30. Well, the school doesn't get out now till 2:25. There's no longer 2 dismissals. So we were told, as long as you're there by 2 o'clock, I mean, sitting in your car for a half an hour, especially in the wintertime, you're gonna freeze.
Yeah.
You know, we're not being compensated for gas. So we were told, you know, be there for 2. That way, good 20 minutes or so before the kids came out. That worked well for me.
And can you tell me what changed and why it's not working for you?
Well, this new employer now, I'm not allowed to be me. Some of you may have seen me on CTV News at the end of June. I wanted to make the end of the school year really special for the kids. I started a countdown on my stop sign on the 5th day. On the 2nd day, apparently crossing guard Nikki was too sick to come to school, so Tyrannosaurus Rex showed up, and he was telling everybody to have a very good day and helping them across the street. Wednesday, I had special little gift bags for them with encouraging stickers and some little keychains encouraging. And then on Thursday, poor Nikki, she was sick again, and this beautiful unicorn showed up and was wishing everybody a magical day. And then on the Friday, I took a speaker and we had happy songs playing and we were dancing across the street, wishing them a great year because, you know, the kids at that point are bored and I love seeing them. One of the parents, she goes, you have to stop the music. And I said, okay. Well, her son went and found some music that he had mumbled on his phone, and it was special music for him and I to dance across the street. Like, I mean, touch me like you wouldn't believe. I had some of the younger children draw me, you know, end of the year cards. You know, they're in kindergarten. They're drawing me as a dinosaur. I wasn't allowed to do that anymore. This is the written contract that we got from the new country.
I just want to clarify. So this is a new company that's taken over.
Yes.
And they've sent you some rules.
Yes.
And can you tell me what rules don't work for you?
Well, they sent us the contract, literally, a 33-page legal document to be a crossing guard the night before training started. I read it quickly, and there was a lot of things that stood out to me. First off, we have to give them $150 for our uniform, which is a vest and a stop sign. Well, with working with walkers, yes, we had the vest and stop sign, but we signed them out, and at the end of the year, you brought them back. If one of them was damaged or went missing, they took, the cost out of your final pay. I have no problem with that. We're entrusted with that. This company, no. We have to get money taken out of our pay until this $150 deposit is paid.
And how many years have you been a crossing guard?
2.
Okay, and that wasn't the case with your previous employer?
Absolutely not.
All right.
I'm not allowed to, according to them, any physical contact with children. So the kids I see every day and have a high five, have a great day, guys, or fist pumps, or the occasional hug, we're not allowed to do that anymore. No physical contact. We're not allowed to sit in our cars. So if it's a very rainy day, we have to stand at our posts. They want us here at the 1:30, which means from 1:30 until 2:20 or 2:25 when the kids are dismissed, I have to stand there. We are not supposed to be reading or being on our phones. They want the GPS. I don't allow my husband to track me. I don't allow any apps to track me. If I'm not at my spot, I'm sure the school will call the company or the city and say, hey, our crossing guard isn't there, what's going on?
And you said that you've made a decision because of these rules. What is that decision?
I decided not to come back. One of the big things is as well is the contract. It went up for a bid. There were 2 local companies that bid, Walker's being one of them, and I'm sorry, I can't recall the second, and 2 from Ontario that bid. They went with the lowest one, which was Ontario. Ontario is taking our pay down to almost less than $2 per hour. We work 15 hours a week. You've met some of them, you met Michael, and a lot of them are retired or semi-retirement. You know, we like the extra income, we need the extra income. This new company's like, well, they're only paying us 35 cents over minimum wage. But, you know, we get a discount at the gym. I'm sorry, but unless it's a discount on my electric bill or my gas bill or you're giving me free food, that is not helping me.
And how does it feel to know that Nana Nikki's not going to be there for September? I know that you probably had something big planned for the first day of school.
Oh, absolutely. I had my costumes all planned. You know, I wanted to put a sign out on this side and that side next week, just letting and reminding people that guess what? School's starting again in a week. Please make sure in the morning you're allowing yourself extra time. You know, it's a new school year. We have kindergartners coming. We have a lot of parents that may have just moved in with new kids. That lineup is going to be backed up. If you don't have the patience to wait, please find an alternate route.
And did the company call you trying to convince you to stay?
They did. They found out that I had put the post on Moncton North Neighbors stating why I wasn't coming back and that it's really been a heart-wrenching, and I mean a heart-wrenching decision not to come back. Somehow or another, they knew about the post. Yesterday, one of the VPs and the crossing guard director called me and wanted to clarify some things. I have what is written on the contract with me, some of the highlights that I don't agree with. So they're like, oh, well, you know, you can give out stickers. Okay. But, and then there were some other things they said we were allowed to do. But this is all verbal. You know, I want it in writing. And I asked them, I said, I'm not working for this amount of money. One of the head ones, Emily, she sat there, she goes, oh, we understand it's well below what you were making, and we're going to approach the city to get more money for you. Well, you just signed a 5-year, $2.3 million contract. There's no way the city's going to give you any more money. If the company wants to give us more money, it's going to come out of their bottom dollar.
And, I'm just trying to think now. So there's nothing, is there anything that they can say to convince you to come back at this point?
Well, they could raise the pay. They could find a different way for us to clock in and out. Not everybody has data on the phone. I don't want to be tracked. I mean, I'll call them once I get to school and say, hey, this is employee number such and such. I'm now at my location. I do not want to be tracked. There's 36 of us. I realize this company has more than 400 employees in Toronto, but this is not Toronto. This is Moncton. You know, we're not supposed to talk to the kids too much or get into any big conversations with them. Well, I have children showing up every 30 seconds. I let them gather as a group till I have a big enough group so I can cross them. So I'm not stopping every car going by because I have a child crossing. I'm trying to make it easier and free-flowing for those that are taking the street and the buses, but also trying to make the kids comfortable. I do not want to stand there and say, stop, and not engage with the children.
Do you think there might be any larger action as a group, like a walkout or trying to unionize?
I don't think we really want to unionize. I think we just want what we had before, which was respect from our company, knowing that we make a big difference in these children's lives, and respected as an employee, not being a number.
Do you think other crossing guards are planning on leaving because of this?
I know of a few that are not coming back. Devin here, he had a couple that were on the Facebook page that said after reading the contract and all the limitations, there's no way.
Great. there anything else that you'd like to share that I didn't ask you about, Nana Nikki?
No, but really, if you can all share, doesn't matter what school your kids go to, please the general public realize that school is starting. And if you're used to that way and you're in a rush, find an alternate route, please. These are children, sometimes going for the first time. Parents are nervous, the children are nervous. There could be some separation anxiety, so the drop-off zone, instead of being a 30-second drop-off, maybe a minute or two trying to calm the child down. Realize that you're going through their world and they have to get used to this.
All right, well, thank you so much. I'm just going to ask you to stand still. I'll do the same thing as the other guy.
Okay.
Like that. So, could I see that contract? I just want to get some B-roll.
Okay, no, it does not say synergy on here. Hi, Ashley!
I have to go. Bye-bye.
How's Shiloh's training going? Shiloh, are you being good boy?